Alright, so welcome back to hashtag Project SR76, my 76 Stingray. As I've done with the other two Mustangs that you probably checked out before, and if not, this will be your first time. It needs some upholstery, and we're going to do the seats. I'm going to start the seats today. I have, sorry, that's not the way. I have the new ones coming in. And so I thought what I'd start with today is disassembling the passenger side. Again, this has to be a rolling project, so that means it's got to stay. I have at least one seat ready, so I can drive it around a little bit if I need to or want to. So this is the passenger side, and we're going to start by taking it apart. We got to remove the track. And now this track is not as bad as the last one if you're paying attention to my 73 Mustang. That one was pretty rusted. That took a lot of work. This one just needs some cleaning up, it looks like. You can see the back sides all got to go. I do have new pieces supposedly coming for this, but you can see this is just god-awful. That's kind of cool. I love this mechanism. Hopefully it'll still be functioning when we get done. But there's all sorts of replacement pieces for this. So we're going to start disassembling. You can see here some of the springs that support the back are gone. I have wire to replace all that and to tighten this all up a little bit, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Today I'm just going to stick you up there in the corner and you can watch while I disassemble this. I'm going to pull the back part off first, and then we'll go ahead and disassemble the rest. So that's coming up here shortly. Right, so the first thing I did was remove the sides, the bolts from the side, and they're just big Phillips screwdrivers. They come in here with a plastic washer. Save the washer, you need that space. That one's getting kind of worn, so I probably will get some, that one's getting kind of worn. You see part of the side's broken, but you need that space for the seat to slide back and forth. So I took both of those off from both sides. But then I noticed there's something different. Now this seat is way different than the Mustang seats. And if you look, normally a Mustang seat will have a clip on the side and you'll just disconnect. But if you look here, the Corvette seat has this metal piece, and it's a thin piece of steel that rides all the way up inside of here, all the way up to the top, and activates with this button. So to release it, to bend it forward, you have to activate the button, but it does not just disconnect, so I've got to figure out how to get that off. Hopefully it's not all that difficult, but it looks like I may have to take this piece off here to get that released. That's interesting, but we'll make it happen. Let it be 7/16 maybe. Or 3/8. Yeah, it looks like 3/8 is going to be the ticket. I always keep plastic bags handy. I use the Ziploc bags, mainly because they've got a writing spot to write on. I'll show you that in a minute here. Not that you really need to see that, but why not? And then I keep all the pieces in there, and I keep them labeled. That's what I know. A spot where you can write what date you put your food in the freezer on the bags works perfectly for annotating where these parts all came from. And I'm hoping by removing this, the back will come off, separate from the bottom. But I might just be dreaming here. I don't know. Oops. All right. So that's how that works. You can see the bottom came off here, and that's got a nice little flange. And that's the piece that activates. That's going to need some lubrication, because all it is really a metal strip inside this metal strip. Actually, there's the metal strip, and it slides inside this metal casing, which is interesting. Quite a complicated deal for seats on the 76. But anyway, we'll set this aside and we'll start looking at the back, at the bottom, and we'll have to get that separated from. There's also a flange in here. We want to keep that flange. And again, Ziploc bag with a little place where you can write on it. So when I get done, I'll be writing, hey, this is the part that holds the seat together. Then I've also got the parts that hold the sides together so it swivels. Now on here, hopefully you can see, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. It's just not zooming, so I'll bring you over. So I've got to separate these. These are just the little stops for the seats, but they go in through there. And then we'll have to flip this over and remove the seat sliding frame on that. We'll start with this first. The other good thing is this comes off way easier than the 73 Mustang. Go back and look at that. That stuff was, it set in the field for a while. For the screws to get out. This seems to be coming right out nice and easy. Man, smells like marijuana. Like someone was practicing. Yeah, it sure does. Ooh, that one's going to be a little harder to get out. Yeah, it's got a definite marijuana smell on it. It's legal in Arizona, so. So since I'm not worried about taking care of upholstery here, because it's all being replaced, I put a little WD-40 on the one screw here. And that's, so these are actually the stops for the seat to come back and rest on. And you can make adjustments on there if you want to tip a little forward or a little further back. That's not going to work with just my hand. And again, a long time ago someone showed me this. These handles on a screwdriver were like this, so you can put a wrench on them and get a little more power. I don't know if I have a wrench big enough for this one. I'm sure I do somewhere. No, it's not going to work. Let's go with, nope. Nope. They go 1 incher. Still not gonna go. For a minute. Yeah, nothing's rusted at all. Just crank it in too tight. Let me hit it with this a little bit. And I always like to keep things like the numbers and stuff. Oops. And so I wanted to show you this real quick. This is the name, this is the tag, seat tag, original seat tag. And you can see it's got LS1, which is probably the kit for the interior. And then it's also 14, 1971, 14, 1976. I know this car was done in May of '76 based on the other numbers. So that's stupid. So May 14, 1976 looks like when I put this together. Hey, I was just getting ready to graduate from high school. Yes, I'm that old. Which is one of the reasons why I got this car, because of the date. The fact that it's too small. There we go. Almost. There we go. It's tough. Man, this smell of marijuana is strong in this seat. There you go. There's the other one coming out. And now at this point, you see how grungy this all is. We're going to go ahead and remove this cover. The seat frame is in good shape though. Very good shape. And maybe, based on how this is, maybe I don't have to take the track off on the back. I may do it anyway, but it looks like this is just going to lift off. And if these were just metal clipped on, I'll see if I can show you the clips in a minute. It's going to be a little bit easier in that aspect. No, you can see it needs to be hot nosed rings on it, so I'm going to have to take the track off. But I can do that when we get ready to put the upholstery on. Upholstery should be here in the next few days. And of course, with my school schedule and do some substitute teaching, be a little bit behind on getting that stuff done. It'll take a little bit longer. That looks like I can. The track looks like to me, the track over here is just they're just Allen wrench. So that should pop off pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and rip this the rest of the way off here. Also, these are metal clips. So I can show you that. So this is just held on. I don't know if you can see that by this metal clip right here. And so if I squeeze those down, it looks like they're going to pop off. So maybe this was redone at some time, because I couldn't find anywhere. They left the same foam, so I don't know when it was done, but I couldn't find anywhere where Corvette had the cloth seats. So that might be the explanation there. So really all I need is a little screwdriver. Push these clips on. All right, so these clips are actually built into the seat. So there isn't, so this could have been original. And you don't want to ruin those, but that's going to make this a lot less work for the hot nose plier detail here. I'll bring you over and let you take a look at that again real quick. So you can see, I'm just folding this, flapping this over, and right here is the actual clip. And if I can't get a good picture of that, I'll take a snapshot of them in a little bit. with my other phone. So this is the clip, and these were basically just clipped on and bent over. And I'm hoping that will remain the case. And the clip is actually, in this case it's got some glue on it, but the clip is actually on the seat frame, and it's tacked, welded or tacked somehow right here, so it stays. Around now, some of the clips came off, so that's going to be a problem. We'll wiggle the rest of these out here. There it is. So yeah, I will have to take the track off because to get down there and make this tight, I'll have to have a little more room than I do here with this. And then these are already off, so I've got to figure out what to do with those. And I don't see a hog nose placing there, so I might have to figure out something else. But then I'll come down and show you real quick. You can see right here, clip came off, so if I can get it back on there, that's fine. There are no holes in here to do a hog nose, so we'll have to figure that out for sure. But there's the clip right there, and these two came off, and we'll see how the rest of them are on here. That clip stayed on. So that clip stayed on. This clip came off. Maybe I can just restore these back on there. We'll see. That one's off too. We'll figure that out. But, cool, I've never done a Corvette seat before. And it may be easier than the Mustangs, at least as far as the amount of labor to put the stuff back on. So all the clips are going to come off, so we'll be able to do that. Maybe I'll just order a few more, but that's really what the clip looks like. And so I'm going to save those off because it looks like they all come off. Some of them just have some glue apparently. That'll be cool. Now I know you got to save all the clips. Now you know you got to save all the clips if you ever decide to do this. So if they're stuck on there, I'm going to leave them. If they're stuck on the frame, I'm going to leave them on the frame. And if they're on the upholstery, I can just pull them off. Any little wires that fall off, I save. These are a little rusty, but they're in there just for support. And they're hog-nosed in. I think you can probably see the hog-nosed wire on there. And they're hog-nosed into the cushion. Yep, I'll show you that in a minute. Oh yeah, this seat does reek of marijuana. So there's the frame. This is the cushion. You see the dates on the cushion. And these are the wires that are hog-nosed in. This is not a great job of hog-nosing. I do a much better job on my own. And so this helps secure it to the cushion. And there are wires running through the cushion. I'm going to cut one up and I'll show you real quick because that's where those go to. So if I can show you in here, and I may pull these wires out because most of this is nylon threading, and then you can see the wires right here running through. So the nylon threading, and then you can see the wires here running through the cushion. And then if we flip this over, I bet we'll find that there might be some way that they're connected into that, but I think that's just to hold the cushion to the frame. So we'll pull that out. Well, there's a toothpick sticking out of there. So the other thing you want to do is pull all this. Let me put you back up here, Steve. Separate the cushion, and this is where sometimes you can find paperwork, but not on this one today. And then you can see here where this is the actual cover, right? Nasty looking thing. And then you see here there's a wire running through here, and that is what's hog-nosed onto here, with the wires running through right there. You can see one of the wires running through right there, and that's one of the hog-nose in to the wires that run through. These were the wires that came out here, and so the cushion's onto there. This is well molded stuff, and so is it original? I don't know. Look for a date. All right, so here we have some numbers on here, and I always grab these numbers because you never know. And I don't throw these away right away. I pop them up on the internet and someone can look at it and go, hey, you know what those are? Those are always handy. I'm going to go through and make sure I have all the clips off the sides here, which I don't. So we're going to make that happen. Yeah, this is pretty roached out. No pun intended with the marijuana stuff. More clips. And then the wires running through here, I'm going to pull those out as well. There should be on the new stuff, but just in case, I'm going to have this, strip this out so I can use it just in case. In fact, I'll probably put this all away so I can use it when the new one gets here. There's other wires in here I can use, and sometimes I use it just to tighten up the springs, and I'll show you that here in a second. But let me go ahead and get this all ripped out of there. Find a blade or a blade, any blade. I'll just use this one by hand. Careful, don't cut yourself. So I'm just going to cut this out. I'll save those wires just in case. Check one more time for more clips. What I do, and I'm going to take a picture of these numbers here. Tech 75. So this may be the original upholstery. I don't know what these FR mean, but we'll check that out. But you can see here, and I'll add a picture in there. You can see here it's got all kinds of FR on there. That's probably manufacturer of some kind. And then it says Tex 75, and then there's numbers all around it. Starts at, oh, it's 12 o'clock. That's a clock, so it starts at, well, if you can see, I'll take a couple pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2 through 12, and Tech 75, and then FR. It's got some cording through here. This is plastic cording that runs through there. That's interesting to see. Hang on a second. Let me get a couple of shots of this so I can add it on. Better. So that's text 75 and a clock. I don't know what that's for, but that might be some way to indicate a date. It's all over this, so there's more here. And then there's the FR here. And then of course there's more up here. So I'm actually doing a video on this instead of a pic. I'll take a couple pics later on. Better. So that's text 75 and a clock. And I don't know what that's for, but that might be some way to indicate a date. It's all over this, so there's more here. And then there's the FR here. And then of course there's more up here. So I'm actually doing a video on this instead of a pic. I'll take a couple pics later on. All right, so that is the cushion and it's out. Couple more pics, just so I have them. I can insert them in the video if I need to. All right. So I've got everything stripped off of this that I could possibly need. That's going to go in the trash. I'm going to dig into here and get a few of the wires out of here. Now the other one should have it, but I use these wires depending on what the seat looks like. Now the seat cushion or the seat frame looks really good. I'll probably hit it with a wire brush a little bit before I put the other stuff back on. But I'm going to bring you over here so you can take a better look. It's in really good shape. It's not rusted. You can see there's a few clips here that kind of tighten this up and keep it from separating too much. They're missing here, so I'll add some on there. What I usually do is I go down to Ace Hardware and get the same gauge wire, and I just make my own. But the bottom of this frame is a lot less complicated than the Mustangs. The Mustang is a lot smaller wire, a lot more of the wire on here, and maybe we'll find that to be the case on the back. All right, so I'm going to stop this for now, and then we'll come back and take a good look at the back of the seat.